สวัสดีค่ะทุกคน welcome back to Thai with Sarah. Today we're going to be learning the difference between the sound บอใบไม้ and ปอปลานะคะ It's been a while for me that I go live stream alone here. Usually I have a collaborator or guest to talk to. So today I'm going to go solo. Yeah. And before we get to learn about the sounds, let's just write these two consonants first. For those of you who maybe don't know Thai script, you will get a chance to write these two with me today. I think it's pretty easy to write, so let's see. ทำยังไง สวัสดีนะคะทุกคนอันนี้อ่ะ yes okay we're gonna write this together first, yeah. So for those of you who don't know ball by mai and popla, it's probably a good chance for you to write this together. Yeah. Okay, so this is how we write it. This is the b sound in Thai. It's called ball by mai. Yeah. Ball is the sound. By mai means leaf in Thai. This consonant alone doesn't mean a leaf. Yeah, it's just a character. Okay, it's the b sound. So let's write it together first, and I'll explain the b sound in a second. So you want to start with the circle here, right? Top left, drop down, go on your right, and go up. Okay, again, circle, drop down, go on your right, and then go up. In a way, you can make it like a letter U, like English U here, like this. Yeah, with the circle here on top. So this one is บอใบไม้ is b sound. B. Also, I want to point out that it's different from B sound in English, right? You can see that in transliteration, romanization, we have B here to represent บอใบไม้ sound. But the B sound in English and บอใบไม้ sound in Thai are actually different. They're not the same. Yeah, just so you know. How different is it? บอใบไม้ in Thai is a voice sound, but it's not as voice as English B. Yeah. So for example, if a Thai person says the word boy, English boy, yeah, B-O-Y, boy. A Thai person will pronounce it with a Thai accent, will say boy, like this, yeah, boy, compared to English B, boy, yeah. So more voice for B sound in English, okay? So that's บอใบไม้ Now let's move on to ปอปลา ปอปลา is actually easy to do. You just write บอใบไม้ here and you extended the line up there. Ta-da! Okay, extended the line like that. So it should be easy for you. Oh, this side, which side? I cannot see myself if I'm mirror or not. So this side. Yeah. And let me check next time. But I'm usually used to being mirror, so I would put on this side. Let me know if I do the correct side here. ปอปลา extended line. So yeah, now let's take a look at the BP sound. So let's talk about phonetics first, right? For those of you who use Pai Bun, a lot of you, I think, who use Pai Bun Plus, you know that we use B and P for Bopla sound, but. Now, some may argue that B and P are not supposed to be together because B is voice sound, b, and P is voiceless or unvoiced. P. What is voiceless or unvoiced? Voiceless or unvoiced mean is not voice. It's not like echoey. Yeah. So when you say B and P, if you put your palms on your ears and say b, you're gonna hear the buzz in your ear. B, that's a voice sound. P, p. no buzz, is unvoiced sound. Okay. Another way is you use your vocal cord. You touch your vocal cord here and just say b b b. You're gonna feel it kind of vibrate a lot. But for p, 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 it vibrates, but not as much. Yeah, it still vibrates just a little bit. P, p, p. Yeah, but it's not voice at all here. Yeah, okay. So b and p. Now, Benjawan Punsan, who invented the romanization system, Pai Bun Plus, she explained to me that B and P, even though they're not supposed to be together, but she used them together to indicate the B sound, because B sound exists in English, but with the S sound before. Yeah, and here's why. So I'm gonna show you another file here and type. So let me show you another one. แป๊บหนึ่งนะคะ How do I do it? Share screen. Oops. แป๊บหนึ่ง Okay. All right, so here. Okay, you can see the screen now, right? So, I was talking about B and P. So B is voice sound and P is unvoiced. So basically B is close. The sound's close to Bao Bei Mai in Thai. Close enough, but not the exact same sound. And P is unvoiced. It's actually close to Paw Pan sound Thai. It's not B. Yeah. So we have B, P, P, and then B in Thai. So that's why Benjawan used BP for unvoiced and unaspirated too. For Popla here. Yeah. Technically, it's just a symbol. You cannot really combine them and think that they form, the sound Popla in Thai. We just use as a symbol, basically, right? But at the end of the day, you want to get into Thai script because that's the actual sound. So what is the Popla sound in Thai? Popla sound in Thai is basically pretty much like really close to P in the word Spain, spy, spoken, and for the unstressed syllable like opera, open, right? The reason that in English you have that too, popla, hidden there without you realizing it or even have to, think about it, is because of the S sound to stop the aspiration. So if you say spine here, you cannot really say sapai, right? Because when you say it helps stops the aspiration. Aspiration or aspirated here means air coming out. So when you use s, we stop, p. So it comes out as spy. It comes out as pretty much close to popla in Thai. Spy. Yeah, spy. Yeah. And also P in the word opera, right? Or open. Let's say open. You don't really say open. Open, yeah, open. Because you don't stress it. So open. So it's more natural to say open because you stress the first one, right? And open. So it kind of stop the p and becomes b, right? Which is close to popla sound in Thai. So that's popla sound in Thai. A lot of common mistakes that I have found when I teach my students, there are two. So they usually confuse popan with popla. Yeah, popan and popla. And again, popan and p are not exact same sounds. Yeah, so p in English is more aspirated, more air. So for example, Peter. Oh, for sure you're not gonna go around and say like that clear, right? But I'm just showing you, I'm exaggerating how they are different here. Peter. Thai version will be Peter actually. Will be like blah blah, right? But let's say if I say the word paw like that, yeah. Paw. That compare with the name Paul. You can hear that with the P. There's more air, right? Paul, yeah. Paw. So if you speak Thai with English accent, it's gonna come out as paw, pa is gonna be too much. I heard I work with a lot of students from the UK, and most students from the UK have a hard time reduce aspiration because I think because of the accent. Usually, like its aspiration is really strong, pa, 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 pa. Yeah, or some consonants like k, k, k too. Yeah, so just so you know, aspiration in Thai is pretty much half, like just reducing a lot in Thai. Okay, compared to English, right? Okay, so back to the common mistakes. Yeah, um, you're gonna hear pop han and pop la sound the same. Yeah. So for example, instead of saying by paragon, I'll hear pai paragon, right, with p. Yeah. So mostly what I hear is from my students from America, Canada, pretty much people who speak English as a first language. I will hear this as this. Sorry, I will hear p. I will hear instead of poplar as opposed to say pai, I will hear as p. And it happens reversely for European learners. So I think Dutch and Italian I hear a lot, right? You guys say p or popan, sorry. You guys say popan with poplar. Yeah. So for example, um, พ่อจะไปไหน I hear as พ่อจะไปไหน It probably has a lot to do with like your sound systems. You probably have more, but I assume because I don't speak Dutch or Italian. But I know a little bit of Spanish. I think you have probably have more b than p sound. Yeah. So that's a common mistake, right, with these two. Now I'm gonna help you try to distinguish between these two. Yeah, these two first, okay, and then move on to this one, Bobby Mai and Bobla. If you just tune in and you don't know the letters, it's okay. I demonstrated how to write those letters, Bobby Mai and Bobla, at the beginning of this live stream, so you can rewatch it, watch the replay, and then at the beginning I have, I show you how to write this and this. Okay, for now, just so it's b and then b, woo, and then b sound, oh. And then b sound. Yeah, I lost the screen for a second. Okay, so now let's do this one. What's the difference, right, between p and b? The only difference is aspiration. The position, mouth position, is the same. Yeah, p, p. You hear mouth here? P, 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 p. Yeah, with popla, there's no air coming out. But you want to make sure you put them really, really close. But yeah, so there's no air. Again here, p, 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 p. And the other one, b, 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 b. Yeah, okay. So even though pop han has air coming out, it's still not as strong as p in English. Yeah, pop han would be like p, 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 p this much. P is p, p, p. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's fine now, but I know a lot of you still have, so maybe you still struggle with the Bob last time, right? Now I'm gonna help you. Just as S first for any words in Thai that start with Bob la, right? So for example, you want to say pai, yeah, and you keep saying pai with the pa with the air, pa here. How are you gonna do it? Then you just add S, yeah, add S there. Sp, sp. It would be really hard for you if you want to try to put the air for after S. It'd be quite a struggle. It wouldn't be natural at all. So I guarantee 100%. If you do it together, like there's no gap between S and popla, it should come out as popla, but sound, yeah? So spy, 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 spy. Yeah. Spy, spy. So just practice with S for now, and then later on you just stop the S and remove it and spy like this. Yeah. Okay. Now, Bobe Mai and Popla. right? Let's do these two, b and b sound. How do you distinguish these two? Um, I know it's difficult. Like today, I taught one student of mine, and he kept saying "bird" with Bobby Mai, bird, bird. Yeah, you're not alone. There are a lot of Thai learners who have the same problem. The thing is, like I said, right? When you think about these two, this one is unvoiced and as unaspirated too. Yeah. So you have to think about S. We put S, yeah, spy, spy, spy. And then today, the way I taught him is I told him to say banana. So banana was B. So, it's not exactly the same sound, but close enough. So you would say banana, 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 and then spy, spy, spy to compare. Yeah. So like this, yeah, spy, 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 just to get the feelings first, right? What's the difference is spy, 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 banana, banana, banana. You will hear and feel that when you say banana is voice, right? So you can hear the difference between b and b. Yeah, like I said, right? B and Bob and my are not exactly the same sound, but it's close enough to like, help you guide you through it with the b sound Thai. Okay. And again, not every like pretty much all the sounds in English are not like Thai, and that's why you need to get into Thai script, right? That's the only way to get the correct pronunciation. I'm going to tell you another reason to why you should get into this instead of, you know, I mean, why you should get into Thai script instead of romanization, right? Which is something I'm going to tell you later on why about IPA and everything. Anyway, so back to this, right? When you practice, you have to really consciously doing it, not just say like spy banana, like without thinking, right? That's not gonna help. Okay, so the way you're gonna do is you want to do spy, 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 spy. You will see, right, the mouth movement, like uh, be conscious about it and then pay attention to the movement. Spy, spy, and banana, banana, banana. Comment here if you do it and it works for you, or if it doesn't, let me know too. Okay, I would love to know. So spy, spy, spy. Yeah, banana, banana, b, b, b. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that helps. Yeah, with the how to distinguish, right? At the end of the day, like I keep repeating, yeah, over and over, you wanna read Thai script, right? To avoid these weird um systems. Okay, so this is Pi Boon Plus, by the way, with the B as B, P as P, and BP as B. Now let's talk about IPA. IPA is the same thing for B. B we use for Bob and Mai as well, and P we're gonna use it for. They use it for Bobla, yeah, and with Popan they use PH. For God's sake, um, I know it makes sense to a lot of people who are, experts in IPA, right? These you say, okay, P is blah blah, it's better than BP, right? It's phonetically, it doesn't make sense. I think all of them just don't make sense, okay, to me. So any systems, it's just a good crush for you, but at the end of the day, you want TypeScript. It's TypeScript only. So the the reason that one of the reasons that I keep saying like just learn with TypeScript is because we don't use like all Thai teachers don't use the same systems here. Like we don't have standardized system, right? I think a lot of people want to come up with that, but it's not going to happen. We all have own materials, and different, right? Our own materials are different from each other. Also, I'm not going to change my materials to be in line with the standardized romanization that someone else would come up with, right? It wouldn't make sense. But anyway, all my materials now are in Thai script. So it's standard. It's the most standard ever. Okay. And if you are going to put an effort and time to learn IPA or learn romanization, whatever system, right? You have to learn the standard one. If you learn simplify one, you'll be doomed from the start because you're not going to understand the sound like like it's going to be all over the place. You have to learn the standard one, and the standard one like IPA or Pi Boon Plus, it takes time to learn and understand the symbols, right? It takes at least a few hours for sure, right? But if you're gonna spend time doing that anyways, why don't you just learn Thai script, right? So that's just my take on that. Yeah. Okay, let me answer the questions from someone asked me a long time ago, and it's about Thai script. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to answer him. This one is pretty difficult. This one is let me show you. This one is actually not for beginners for Thai script. This one is probably like for people who already know all the stuff here. Yeah. Hi Bill. Hello. Did you send me stars or something? I couldn't see anything here. If you did, thank you very much. Okay. So someone asked me, please can you explain these two cases of change vowels to me? This is the first time I see both these vowels, and because most teachers only teach one case. And then he sent me this picture. Let me see if I can show you. Okay. Okay. All right. So I know what he's asked about. Okay, I'm gonna explain now. If you know sort of good for you. If you don't know, then skip this part because it's gonna be difficult for you. Okay. So sort of this is sort of in Thai. It's a combination of sort of a and ang here is pronounced yeah. Romanization with Pi Boon Plus, I will write it like this. Yeah, we have another one too, which is a short version. Yeah. So in Thai, we have vowel transformations. So vowel transformations mean the vowel transforms when you have a final consonant. If you don't have a final consonant, there's no transformation ever. Yeah. Okay. So because sometimes you learn vowels and you're like, oh, it's going to be transformed. But how come I see it the same form, original form? Is because you still see it because it's only going to transform when there is a final consonant. That's the key point, the key word. Transformations of a vowel happens when there's a final consonant. If there's no final consonant, there's no transformation, okay? So for example, this vowel, if you don't have, for example, the word like, oh, what's going on? Okay, like the word de, yeah, like this one, de, yeah, de. This one, right? So this one, so no transformation because you don't have the final consonant. So de. Another one is, let's do what am I here? B, yeah, b. And this one's silent because we want to keep the spelling from the word number in English and put the canceling sign there. Now this is no transformation because no final consonant. I'm going to show you the first transformation. The first transformation is this one. So you're going to change from basically here, right, to this one. Yeah, so you can see that ang here transform to sort of eat there. Yeah, so this one pronounced, how do you pronounce it? Dun, right? Like you said the first, the, and then you add nonu. Dun, right? Dun. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first transformation. And in the text too that he in the photo that he asked me, there's also another one which is sort of yeah, sort of is a short version. Now I have two theories or two approach for you to think about this, to see this. Okay. First is you can see that the word ngun, yeah, comes from ng, sort of plus nonu. So supposed to be long version like this. Ngun, ngun, right? Ngun. But it's an exception in Thai. We don't say ngun. Maybe in those days it was pronounced long. Who knows? I'm not sure. And then over time, language changes, so it becomes shorter. Ngun. So that's an exception. You can see it that way. See as ngongu has the sound to long vowel and then you have nonu as a final, so transform to be this version. but is pronounced short. That's the first theory, first perspective, first approach to look at it. The second one that you can see is you can see as sort of like this word, ngon, money, has a short vowel instead of yeah, and put non in there. But because sort of doesn't have the transformation form, so it's gonna use borrow, basically to borrow the form of sort of so it becomes the same thing like this, because you cannot add maite ku on top. Okay, usually we use maite ku for the short vowel transformation, right? So you can see it that way, that because sort of doesn't have the transformation form, so it borrows the form from sort of here. Okay, so either approach you can is fine. It's like the finished product is gonna be this. Yeah. If you ask me which one I like better in terms of trying to understand it, I think I would go for the long version and just remember it as an exception. Yeah. Instead of sara and then use the same form as sara right? You know. So up to you, right? Up to you. Um, did I answer everything? Let me check. Yeah. So if you have sort of a version, like the word yeah, for example, that one there's no transformation, right? Yeah, there's no final consonant. So you're gonna see that is everything is there. Yeah, yeah. Or t, yeah. You can see everything there. Okay, so another transformation of is with yoyak. This one is quite difficult. So instead of, for example, yeah, plus your yak, right? Instead of like this, right? Instead of put sort of eat like that, just like this one, yeah. We're not gonna do that because we're gonna make it complicated. So we're gonna remove this, and yeah, this one is the other transformation, the transformation number 2. So เคย, yeah, yeah. You're gonna break it down here. เคย, เคย, yeah, เคย, เคย, เคย นะคะ. Okay, that's it, I think. See if there are any questions. Any questions at all? No questions. ไม่มี questions เลยนะคะครูซาร่าสอนดีมากนะคะ teach very well. No question ไม่มีคำถามอะไรเลยนะคะ You guys know I love questions. Please ask me difficult questions. I would appreciate that. เข้าใจไหมคะทุกคน? Do you understand what I was teaching you today? I hope it helps. So the term change vowels is pretty much vowels transformation here. Yeah. Okay, some of you guys asked me to show you the course that I have, so I'm gonna see if I can do that. Give me a few seconds. ได้ไหม? ทำยังไง? Log in. อีหยังคะนี่? อีหยังคะ? Okay, all right, I can show you now. So, I told you before that I'm not going to give do like group class again until I publish my book, and I really mean it. But I know a lot of you guys want to take my class, right, for read Thai script. So I created this course for you. I'm going to show you now what it looks like inside, so you can decide if it's for you. I'm actually doing this for you. I didn't plan to do self-paced study course at all, but a lot of you guys asked me if I would do that because you cannot join my live class on Zoom. Yeah. The only thing that you get like differently from self-paced and my live class is share screen. The only thing that is going to be different, yeah, is you're not going to be in my class. I cannot force you to attend. That's the only thing. but I can send you a nudge. I'm pretty good at that with bugging people and like keep nudging. Hello, did you start yet? Or how far are you now? You have any questions? I'm really good with that. Yeah. So this is my course. So I have ADHD, and for those of you who have ADHD, wouldn't like to learn like 1 hour or 2 hours video, right? So I put in four sections like this, so you can click, 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 and I have all these to download too, as well, along with the material. Good things about self-paced study course is you will get to submit assignments like directly to me online on the application line. I give you feedback, and that's pretty much the same as I do for my group lesson, like on Zoom. Yeah, so this is pretty much exactly the same thing. I give you feedback. The feedback is like you send me your homework and I make corrections, not just with writing. I actually record my voice and correct you like big, like a lot, very every single detail. I do that. So this is lesson two. Lesson two has only 3 videos like this. So go on like this, right? Lesson three. So by lesson 2 or 3, you will be able to start to feel like, I see now why Sarah wants me to learn Thai script. That's kind of like a aha moment. And if you like learn some basic Thais before, you be like, oh, this word I heard before. Oh, this is actually how it sounds like, right? So, and it's not gonna take long for you to have those aha moments, right? The thing is, I don't teach Thai script based on something that is not going to be used in real life. Yeah. I teach something that you're actually going to hear for sure. Yeah. Lesson 4. Yeah. All this. So when you click. สวัสดีค่ะทุกคน Welcome to lesson 4 part. I sound so bubbly there. Not tonight. Tonight I'm a little tired. เหนื่อยนะคะทุกคน สวัสดีค่ะทุกคน Welcome to lesson 5. Oh my god, my god. Today we're going. Stop, cat. You cannot talk at the same time, Sarah. Too many Sarahs here. Okay, so lesson 4, lesson 5. By lesson 5, you can read without spaces, more confident. 100%. If you keep, now you can see there's more words and more whatever symbols there. You're like, oh, what is this? Yeah, you're gonna be amazed. Like every student of mine who actually took this class, either self-paced or in live class, they all said to me by lesson 5 or 6, they feel so amazed at how they can read. Yeah. And my class focuses more on reading, to be honest. Like when you write in homework assignments, you'll get to write. But in my class, I really want you to just like be able to read a lot. Yeah. Lesson 8, we have a lot of videos. We have 5 videos, so 3 here and then here, 2 more here. I even taught you the term "dik in," which is like entertainment girl. Yeah, and then we have more here. I divided my courses into three courses. I was gonna do 2 courses, but I feel like it's too much. So the highlight of volume 1 is the tone rules and the consonants. Yeah, 28 consonants to start. Volume 2, that's volume 1. Volume 2 is the rest of the consonants, the irregular consonants. And another highlight is the diphthongs. Yeah, because the volume 1 we focus more on simple vowels or monophthongs. Volume 2 we focus more on diphthongs and everything combined, pretty much everything, wrap up everything. And volume 3 is all miscellaneous exceptions and modern fonts. So let's say if you are a Thai learner who already took some read write Thai class and you feel like you just want to brush up and you think you know all the tone rules and stuff already, then you don't need to take volume 1 and volume 2. You can just purchase volume 3, right, for the exceptions and miscellaneous and also modern fonts. If you want to just go for modern fonts alone, I'm still thinking of maybe splitting only that part and offer that only. I'm still deciding, but yeah. Also, I have a starter pack for people who are not sure. This is just an idea, yeah, that I came up like recently. I was thinking maybe if you're not sure, you can try to do 7 lessons to start in volume one and see how it works for you. And if it doesn't work, then I'll give you a full refund for domestic transfer. There's gonna be small fee deducted for a credit card, yeah. But that's, yeah, pretty much no risk for you, right? I really wanna help you guys, because I feel like some of you really really want to be like fluent in Thai, or really want to be able to like memorize words and structures and stuff, and you feel stuck. I'm telling you, the key is Thai script. Yeah, it's like people think, oh, I don't want to waste my time, read right Thai, I want to speak right away. I wish it were that simple. Um, because if you are like a natural for languages, you're a polyglot, there's no doubt about it. You can do that 100%. But if you are like me, I need structure in life and everything. I don't think you can do that. Yeah. I really want to help you to move to the next level, and TypeScript is the only way. Um, yeah, I would at least try, yeah, try for the starter pack, for the full refund. 30 days, money back guarantee, that one. I think is 2,499 baht for 7 lessons. And if anything, the 7 lessons should help you feel like, wow, I know something now. I know some of the alphabet and everything. So yeah, so think about it, and yeah. Okay, so also my just want to kind of give you a perspective on what my class, like the budget for my private lessons like, right? So people usually when they sign up in my private lesson is 19, not 19, 13, 13, 13999 for 10 lessons. So you would need at least 4 or 5 packages to complete, the guide, the complete program for Read Write Thai. So that you would spend at least, I mean, I don't mind if you can pay me, would happy to help you with 50 grand, right? Over 50 grand. With private lesson, I can definitely hold you accountable a little bit better. You can pay me for that price. Yeah. Definitely would love to work with you. That's the price that my students pay, right, to complete the program. But if you get the self-paced study course, it's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be only how much? 8,499 after for this week for 11/11 promotion. So it's gonna be only less than 10K, right? So it's up to you if you want to try and go for that option. Yeah. So if you take my group lessons, if you still want my group lessons, I'll be happy to help you too. That's 6666. How many digits I said now? 6666. But three courses, that would be almost 20K. 20K, and you don't have the videos like a grand production like this. Yeah. So the videos on Zoom and the video that I recorded are different, because the videos on Zoom is uncut, unedited. It's gonna be a lot of thinking, pause. But the videos on my self-paced study course, they well edited. I edited myself. Yeah. I wouldn't trust anyone to edit my work. So I edit myself. I add everything myself, annotation, effect, everything, transition. I did it myself. So it's my baby. And I feel like if one day I'm not here on this earth anymore, at least these videos, like my course, my program, can still help a lot of you guys in the future, right? So I think it's good to leave something, yeah, like my legacy. So yeah, it's gonna be lifetime for sure. Like if you sign up, it's lifetime. And this is funny. I already talked to my sister about how we're gonna keep it going, even though maybe I'm not here anymore. Because I told my sister to keep funding it. Yeah, we can do that for sure. If a lot of people keep signing up, this, we can keep it going forever, right? So, but yeah, let's just learn Thai the right way, guys. I'm doing this, you guys request, and I have a line group support too. If you sign up in my course, and I'm gonna add you to line group, and then I can send you support and all that. And also at the same time, I spend a lot of time to be a cheerleader for my students, right? At any point you want to talk to me about your struggle, you feel like giving up, I'm pretty much a life coach for you. Okay, like along this journey, I'll help you. Okay, because I really want you to learn Thai the right way, and I want you to be successful. It will bring me joy. Yeah. So check out the free videos on my website, thaiwithsarah.com. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you learn a lot. If you just tune in, we talk about this differences between bobe mai, popla, but sound in Thai. And this is not my living room. It looks very high so here, but it's not my living room. It's actually um, StreamYard background. Okay. All right. That's all for today. And yeah, if you have any questions about Thai script, would love to come on here. If you haven't set up in my course and still deciding, no problem. If you have any questions about Thai script, even though you're not my students, like my paid students, I can still help you with live stream and answer questions on live stream here. Okay. So that would be helpful for other people as well. All right. That's about it. About my books, they're still coming out. Volume 1, hoping to get it out by the end of this year. Looks like it's going to be the beginning of next year. Volume 2 also as well, because I already finished filming Volume 2. So my book's going to be in the same order as my courses. So they're going to be 3 books. 3 books. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. And books are harder to finish because with video I can just do it and can update later on. If I'm not happy, I can just come back and update later, right? But for book, it's pretty much the finished product. I cannot change. So I want to make sure it's like 100% correct. Even though I know that, things going to change later. Maybe I'll make mistakes in my book. But I want to make sure that it's like, good for you and perfect for everyone. What course is best for tone improvement and practice? Much appreciated. You mean my course, my video course? Tone improvement practice. Okay, so if you want a course that is best for your tone, are you talking about my course? The LJ. Are you asking like in general? Okay, so my course, if you ask about tone improvement and practice, that means that maybe your tones are not on point yet. And so that means foundations. Yeah. Foundations, it would be volume 1. It would be good foundations for you. So let me share a story. I worked with someone who came to me and he studied like self-study before, and his tones are sometimes good, like some words good, other words like not on point. And so what I found is he understood all the tone rules and stuff, but he couldn't put into practice. So the way we did in class is I revisited the tone rules and go back to pretty much like lesson 2 or 3 again, or maybe 4. And had him read basic words and phrases until he get the tones right, and then we move on, to instead of just jumping and start like lesson 14 or 15, right? Because he seems to know a lot, but from what I heard, his pronunciation wasn't on point. So I had him go back to because he didn't start learning Thai script with me, he self-studied himself. So I can see there's like gaps in between that he needs to learn the foundations. So the thing about tone rules is when you learn tones, you have to apply too. And this is my suggestion for you, for anyone too. When you learn tone rules, you should learn just 3 tones to start. For example, we have so many tone rules, right? So many as in like every class combined. If you want to start with um middle class, right? In my class, you want to do 3 tones first. Yeah. So mid, low, falling. Yeah. Maybe that would be a good topic to talk about tomorrow. I'll probably elaborate more tomorrow how to apply tones into your speaking, right? But let me just talk about it real quick here first too. So you can start with 3, 1, 2, 3, middle, low, and falling. Until you feel familiar with these 3, then you move on to the other 2. high and rising. And then you learn decilable later, right? Decilable for middle class is only one tone. Yeah, that is common, which is low tone. Sorry, the decilable, it's like without the tone mark, is only one tone. It's low tone. And the common for decilable, common words for decilable for middle class is only low or high. Yeah, low or high only. Gak, 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 like this. So there's only two tones. So, and then you move on to low class or high class, up to you. If you don't learn with me, you might go to high class first, right? But if you learn with me, you do low class. And then when you do low class, it's going to be hard for you because tone is going to be shifted. So you want to start with the middle tone first, default tone for low class. And then you want to jump, right? This is the trick for you. Tip to remember. Low class doesn't have low tone. So you want to jump. Low class doesn't have low tone. You want to jump to falling. And this is the hard part. You have to associate that, right? The new tone with that tone mark, my A. And you want to do only one tone for that, maybe the whole week or the whole day or the whole hour, up to you. It depends on how fast you can learn. And you want to focus on that so much and forget about anything else. Just focus on that. So when you do this, your brain will thank you later and it's going to reward you because you're not going to overwhelm your thought process and system so much. That's how I learn as someone who has ADHD. I cannot overwhelm myself with so many concepts, right? So when I learn piano, when I take piano lessons, and when I want to focus on 5 notes, I focus on 5 notes and forget about everything else. So I hyper focus to that. So it works for all of my students so far, moderate, even slow learners, it works for them. So you can keep doing that. So yeah, to answer your question, is volume 1. And this is a trick that I use in my class, volume 1 too. So you want to go back and do the foundations and read it so many times. Yeah, because if your tones are not on point or you feel like tones not there, it's just the foundations that you need. Yeah. Okay. All right. LJ, I know you. I remember you. And I saw a lot of your comments on my personal Facebook. I appreciate that. And I recognize your picture. So if you want to try the starter pack, let me know too. So I assume you live in Thailand, right? If you live in Thailand, you can do domestic transfer, 2499 for first 7 lessons. And if it doesn't work for you, I would not ask you any questions. No questions asked. Yeah, no hard feelings. Also, just doesn't work. No problem. I'll give you a full refund for domestic transfer. For credit card, there'll be small fee deduction, and you will get to have the videos and the materials all yours. You can take it, no problem. For because you waste your time to take my course, so you can have my course for free for the first 7 lessons. Yeah. So anyone who doesn't want to take that risk, just try that option. I'm happy to give you that options because this is how much I want to help you. Okay, I want to help you to be successful. So let me know you want an option. Contact me, message me, and we can try and work together. Okay, Bangkok. Good. Let's do that option. I have that starter. I'm actually working on the poster right now. So, but yeah, definitely message me or email me and we can start. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the question, LJ. All right. So, เจอกัน maybe tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I think I'm going to talk about tone since you asked about it. Let's see if I have some time tomorrow. ดูตารางแป๊บหนึ่งพรุ่งนี้ ได้นะคะ Yeah, I think I can do that. Okay. I'll live stream tomorrow. That's a good lady. Good question. Good thing to I'm glad you asked about tones and stuff. Tomorrow I'm gonna talk about tones, the tips about tones and stuff. Yeah. So maybe tune in again, LJ. I don't know, is it LJ or Lee or something? Tune in again tomorrow. I'll see if I can talk more about how to do the foundations and tones more. Yeah. Okay, thank you for tuning in, everyone. And if you missed the first portion, you can go back and watch the first part. Yeah, Bobby and Bobla, I taught you how to write them. See you tomorrow, Ka. Bye bye. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, forgot my side off. รักทุกคน ค่ะ Jup jup. Where's the camera? Bye guys. Have a good night. ฝันดีค่ะ